And now for the first time tonight, we're hearing from the family of a high school student who was hit and killed as she stood at her bus stop. Court documents now outline exactly what happened the morning that Lily Streeval died. So for tonight's top story, we're taking a look at bus stop violations here in the state of Indiana. We'll walk you through the investigation in the case as we also share the emotions from Lily's family. They share what they're feeling because they know the suspect in the case could soon be released.
She used to walk down this country lane to wait for the school bus outside her grandmother's house. Now, not even a week after Lily Streeval was hit and killed trying to get on that school bus, the man investigators say is responsible for hitting Lily and taking off is able to get out of jail if he has the right amount of money.
The outpouring of support has been tremendous.
This is the house Lily Streeval's parents brought her home to after she was born. 16 years later, on this Bartholomew County road, just hundreds of feet away from that same home, Lily took her last breath.
She was in the road. Here is where she died.
Lily's mom, Terry, sits inside the heart she drew on that road.
She was hit about where my dad is,
marking the spot where her daughter ended up after investigators say this man, Shyam Subramanian, ignored a school bus's flashing lights and stop arm and hit Lily as she was crossing the street to get on the bus. According to court records, witnesses told investigators Subramanian never stopped.
The memorial's over there, the other people leave flowers, but that's where my daughter died.
The impact so violent, Lily couldn't be an organ donor like she wanted to.
She wasn't just killed, she was violently killed.
I thought he ain't getting away with this. He just hit that kid.
Brian Ray was 3 cars behind the school bus when Lily was hit. He made a U-turn and followed the driver. He later told investigators hit Lily.
And he got stopped behind another school bus, ironically. I said, you hit that kid. You hit that kid.
Ray says the driver tried to take off again, but got stuck on an embankment trying to turn around. Police arrested him there. According to court records, Subramanian's car had damage, showing it had been in a recent crash.
I had to do what was right and not let him get away.
She always had to go to Grandma's.
But now Lily's mother fears that's just what will happen now that Subramanian is able to post bail.
I don't think this will ever go to court. That person didn't even stop when they hit her. He's not going to stay for trial. Change the laws. Make it so the hit and run people can't get out of jail and run. They've already proven that's what they do.
This mother wants justice for her child.
She didn't get to have a future.
Well, the National Transportation Safety Board investigates deadly crashes involving school buses and also school bus stops. One of its most recent investigations took place in Rochester, Indiana. That's where a woman hit and killed 9-year-old Olivia Stahl and her 6-year-old twin brothers. That was in 2018, and they were crossing a rural highway to get on their school bus. The NTSB says 2 things caused that crash. 1, an inadequate safety assessment of the Tippecanoe Valley School Corporation bus stops. And 2, the driver, Alyssa Shepard's failure to stop for that school bus. She later was sentenced to 4 years in prison. We were curious about this, so we took a closer look at the number of school bus stop arm violations here in the state of Indiana. Back in 2018, the year where the 3 siblings were killed in Rochester, there were about 1,200 violations. And that number significantly jumped the very next year all the way up to 2,659. They then went down in 2020. However, the numbers this year are going back up. The Indiana Criminal Justice Institute reports 1,584 stop arm violations so far in 2021. And with nearly 2,000 violations every year, a lot of people obviously are not following, or maybe they're just unaware of the Indiana law about this issue. So if you happen to be new to the state or unfamiliar, or you just forgot, keep in mind, it is illegal for drivers to pass a stopped school bus with its red lights flashing and its arm extended unless there is a physical barrier between the lanes.